Steve, you're the founder of Rapidvite, but I believe that life wasn't always as easy for you as it is today. Tell us about your arrival in Australia in 1971 from your birthplace in Hungary.
Yeah, it was a beautiful year, and as you can see, in 1997 I'm still here, and this is my beautiful home forever, I suppose. I came here, yes, as a biochemist, and I lived in Sweden at the time when I applied for a permit to come to Australia, and they said no problem, I can work as a biochemist here, and they got me a job at Hoechst in Sydney, and was there for a very short time because my diploma wasn't accepted in Australia those days. The unions, they were very strong, and then I came down to Melbourne, and I went to Roche, and I had the same story there. And I have received several calls from Hungarian-based trainers who came from Hungary, who used to know my grandfather, who was came back from a very strong veterinarian background of my grandfather, my uncles and aunties, and my father was a veterinarian. I was already a veterinarian, I suppose, at 5 years of age, because I was mixing electrolytes for horses, and I was really into horses all my life, and small animals, because the aunties, they were into small animals. They contacted my grandfather in Hungary because they had problems here in Australia with electrolyte. And my grandpa said, well, my grandson is living there, why don't you go and see him? So they came and see me, and I started to make products for them. And the success was already there. The truth is that Rapid Hydra, electrolyte replacement, Rapid Dual DNA, that was my grandfather's formula. All I had to do is just to repeat it here. And I went on, and I started with horses. Within 2 years, I had at least 200 horses eating our product.
Now, you wanted to become a veterinarian yourself,
yes,
but your father advised you'd be better off as a biochemist?
Oh, I don't think he advised me, he just told me that this is it. And those days we did what we've been told. So my father said, no, son, I don't want you to become a veterinarian, but I want you to become a biochemist. And I said, yes, sir.
Now, humble beginnings, you would have started in your garage making products?
Yes, I did. Yes, but very shortly, within 2 years, I opened a factory in Bayswater and developed a more range of products for horses. And we've become very, very successful with it, and we won the Interdominions on horses like Jimmy O'Sullivan, My Lightning Blue, and Ted Damler, who became one of the best driver and trainer, and it goes on with all the big trainers and small trainers. I was more than happy to supply them because they were keep giving me successful stories.
Now, probably your biggest or best advocate was Johnny Marr when he won the 1989 Melbourne Cup of What a Nuisance. Yeah. What sort of a boost was that for your products?
Of course, that made Rapidvite really well known, an accepted product started with Australia, and we started to export it to Japan and Arabia. After this, it was just good.
Had Brian Gaff and Ted Demler and Jimmy O'Sullivan, so you had some really huge names that were very happy with what you were able to produce for their paces and their thoroughbreds.
Yes, I really, honestly, I did like horses because as I grew up with them, but the friendship what I developed with these trainers, they were just second to none.
You've always been happy to be a sponsor in the racing industry in all codes. You've sponsored numerous greyhound races and thoroughbreds and harness. You see that as an important side of
it is. I do believe it puts your money where your mouth is. So I used to sponsor races. I give away products to people. Try it, and if it doesn't work, you don't buy it. But they will keep buying it. So you go more and more and more. So obviously it was very successful.
You also have developed a 1-800 helpline. People can ring you and ask them, tell you the problems that they're having with their racing animals, and you help them out with what you think might work?
Yes, of course. It's obviously a very valued service to the industry. Now with greyhounds as well, so it's just a telephone never stops.
Now we'll talk about you getting involved with the greyhounds, probably through the Bart Cummings of Greyhound Racing, Graham Bate. you formed an early friendship when Graham approached you about a star greyhound he had who was cramping up, Nash and Mraro, and you weren't all that keen to get involved with the greyhound industry, but Graham was pretty insistent. How did that all occur?
Honestly, that I was so specialising in racehorses and horses. I didn't know much about greyhounds. As an animal, as an athlete, I understood them, but that wasn't my caper. So, but Graham was such a nice person, although I didn't know anything about him. He has to forgive me for that. But when he asked me to help him to Nashirama was cramping so badly that the steward used to carry the dog off from the track. I felt really sorry for that dog, and I went out from my way to help it. And that's the next moment. There was people coming from everywhere. I remember under Tanda from Queensland, New South Wales. I can't remember the name of the trainer. You have to forgive me, but I remember under Tanda won the Queensland Cup after he fixed his cramping, and it was just go on. And then Graham asked me to develop a product for him. He used to use an X-brand product before it, and I've done some really big research on it for greyhounds and as an athlete, and I came up with the formula. I asked Graham lots of questions, so when I gave it to him, I trusted him that he's going to test it really. And however, he was a very successful trainer. He wasn't there to change it, so he gave it to his wife. And I came out with the product, and I remember differently they were sending a dog over to Tassie. And I said, please, don't send the dog, put this on our product. And God bless this little dog, I can't remember his name, but he won 5 races after it for Graham, so he was very convinced after 3 weeks. He said, Bab, what are you doing different? All the dogs that I gave you, I already finished with them, now you're beating me with them, so what are you doing? He said, I only use Steve's product. So the next morning I had a call, Steve, I want this product now.
Yeah.
So he went on it, and 4 weeks later he said, rang with Steve, this product is that good, I put my name to it, because I still didn't have no name. So I just said it's vitamin, mineral, and amino acid supplement. And then I was very surprised to learn that he was a very top man in Australia, about Cummings of greyhounds. But he was such a nice person, I couldn't refuse him not to help him. And I was say, okay, I can make some more products for you. Now I understand it. And slowly, he became really a candidate of Rapidvite because he was telling everybody. Like most people try to keep it as a secret, but he was just such a nice person, he was telling everybody.
And the Rapidvite brand is extended to being exported around the world. You must be delighted with the fact that it is being used in other countries as well.
Yes, Canine World UK really... I used to export quite a lot of product, but I became ill and we stopped it, and then we restarted it with again, and I got to the stage now, I'm 66 years of age, and I better go and join Mr. Graham Bate, go on fishing. So I decided to retire and go fishing. So we got a new people came up, turned up who purchased the company, and Lucy Latino, new CEO of the company, Ron Walsh, who actually bought the company, and I have a good team of people who run them to carry on with my work.
Terrific, Steve. Thanks for joining us, and let's hope you enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Neil. Have a lovely day.
Good on you, mate.